What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to another video. My name is Aaron Abels, and this beautiful young lady is my wife and my better half, Elizabeth Abels.
Hello.
Today we are going to be recapping my 1-year sobriety, along with explaining what it's like to be an Al-Anon. And if you do not know what an Al-Anon is, please stay tuned. Alright guys, so I could have not thought of a better person to help me with this video than Elizabeth, being that she has pretty much had a front row seat to my life. We have been together since high school, so she has seen before the alcoholism, during the alcoholism, and now in my recovery. So she is what you would consider an Al-Anon. And an Al-Anon is?
So an Al-Anon is someone who is not an alcoholic but has been affected by someone who is.
Yes, so there are places and support groups specifically for you. So we're going to go ahead and recap my 1-year sobriety, and I want to get Elizabeth's perspective of what it was like at these milestones. Okay, so the first 30 days of sobriety, I was pretty much worried about my withdrawal. I had read that you could suffer from tremors, to seizures, all the way to stroke and death. So that absolutely terrified me. But personally, the only withdrawal that I had was not being able to sleep and irritability. So my fear pretty much postponed my sobriety, when in reality it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I want to say that loosely because withdrawal is very serious. So if you are considering not drinking anymore, please consult your primary physician or join an inpatient outpatient program.
Okay, so the first 30 days for me were pretty hard. There was a lot of doubt in my mind. There was a lot of questions. Was this real? How long was he going to stop drinking for? Why now? Why all of a sudden? So it was really hard on my part to just kind of take everything in and really think that this was actually going to be real.
Yeah, it was very, very fragile time. So I had made it very difficult to be around, and I had pretty much pushed Elizabeth away to the point where we were considering separation, so it was very hard times. So at 3 months of sobriety is where pretty much all of my symptoms had gone away. Most of my cravings were subsiding, and I was having a lot clearer outlook on life. When you drink, it takes such a toll on your body. And when you stop drinking for 3 months, you just feel a lot better. At least for me personally. Also, this was around the same time that Elizabeth had suggested that we go to church, and it was absolutely one of the best decisions that she could have made.
Okay, so the 3 months for me is when he actually invited me to a longtime speaker at his AA group. And that was actually pretty eye-opening for me, just to hear other people's stories and know that there's other people going through similar situations that you're going through. So that was a turning point for myself, thinking, okay, so I have to be supportive in any way that I can, and I can't have these negative feelings about everything that we went through in the past. So I think taking that time to work on yourself as well is very important.
Mm-hmm.
And also being supportive of, joining groups or doing things together, going to church, that was a big help for us.
Yes. Okay, so 6 months of sobriety was my halfway mark. My ultimate goal was getting to 1 year sobriety. And at this point, I knew that this was actually something achievable. Everything that I had stated from before just enhanced. I felt a lot better. This is where I kind of wanted to start focusing on myself and really diving into the healing process. And also, this was a time that I wanted to start thinking about mending some of the relationships that I had broken.
Okay, so 6 months was actually pretty interesting. It was a time when Aaron wanted to focus more on his diet, and we did a weight loss experience. We tried so many different diets together. We ended up signing up to our local gym, and we started going to the gym together, as well as going to church every Sunday. That became something that we did frequently, and it was just like we had hit the reset button to our lives every week, and that was something that I could say helped our relationship as well. So I do want to emphasize that it's also important through this whole journey that you're being supportive, but you're also taking into consideration yourself and your well-being. Obviously, it was a healing process for him, but it was also a healing process for me. And I can honestly say that church was a big support just for my well-being as well as our relationship's well-being.
Yep. It's funny that Elizabeth brought that up because I completely had forgotten that around the 6 months is when we really started focusing on our health and wellness. I made a video about how I lost my weight, and Elizabeth has absolutely been so supportive with everything that I've brought to the table. So absolutely a huge thank you to her for always being by my side. So at 9 months of sobriety is when I really started diving into the relationships that I had broken and really wanted to start mending them, especially with my children, my boys in particular, because they had been put through so much at a young age that within this time period I wanted to show them that I was a changed person and I was a better father. So it was pretty difficult times to get up to this point, but we did get through it. One of the things that really hurt me the most was that all my family really wanted, my children, my wife, was my time. They weren't looking for anything materialistic. They literally just wanted me around, and my alcoholism blinded me to that. So now I try to take advantage of every opportunity I get with them.
Okay, so 9 months for me, I would say, is when a lot of my insecurities and all my negativity towards my husband was slowly going away. This is when I started planning more family trips together. We did a lot more date nights together, and that really helped our relationship. Also, during this time, I feel that I was feeling a lot less stressed, and a lot of those unanswered questions were going away. I can say that honestly, with us going to the gym was a good way for me to de-stress from all the negativity. Going to church was a reset button to my life, so I think that helped me a lot along the way.
Absolutely. So, 1 year of sobriety was such a big achievement and a big accomplishment for me. My sister Gina, who I've spoke about before, I don't think I would have ever been so successful in my recovery if it wasn't for her. She is actually the one who gave me my 1 year sobriety chip, and it is actually something that I cherish deeply. It is a tangible item that reminds me where I was, where I am now, and where I want to be. On the chip itself, it says, "To thy own self be true." And I cannot stress that enough. I want to explain that one of the main reasons I started this channel was if I can be the person who gives you a push in the right direction of sobriety, that will be my ultimate goal. You see, if there are two boats traveling in the same direction, and one of those boats travels 5 meters to the right, by the end of their journey, they will be so far apart from each other. And what I mean by that is the slightest change can have such a dramatic impact on your life.
Okay, so as Aaron mentioned, the year was filled with so many different types of accomplishments. I can say that it was a lot of ups and downs. It was a whirlwind of different types of feelings and emotions that were going through my mind. But I think going through the whole experience with him, as well as healing myself, was a great outcome.
Made it stronger. Pretty much through thick and thin is what we went through.
Exactly, and I think that made everything more worth it, and I'm so happy looking back that...
Alright guys, so I want to go ahead and wrap up this video by emphasizing that this is my channel and this is something that I believe in and that I'm passionate about. So to have Elizabeth's support in this video absolutely means everything to me, and it just goes to show how much she has been supportive throughout this whole process. So I cannot stress enough how much I am thankful for her. So thank you.
You're welcome. If you guys have any questions for Aaron or for myself, please leave them down on the comments and we will reach out to you.
Yes. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. Please make sure to subscribe. I want to thank everybody who's already been supporting this channel. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I want to continue down this journey with you all. So as always, stay safe, take care, and God bless.